Hi there, it's Jared Hamilton with the Hamilton Group at Cherry Creek Mortgage. Welcome to another edition of Java with Jared. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. I'm talking to you here today in the car, have an appointment, but wanted to get with you and let you know what was going on with interest rates. We had another good week. Remember, last Friday I let you know that the market was rallying and interest rates were improving and finished last week better than the previous week. And this week they finished better than the end of last week. So the rally continued. Not really due to economic data so much as overall global unrest. There was a pretty big flight to quality, which I will get to, or flight to safety. So this week in terms of economic data, we saw some pieces of information that came out that were a little bit surprising. We saw durable goods orders really plummet. It fell 7.3%. Now, durable goods is really about airplanes, so nothing major, but it did have a much bigger drop than what the market expected. We also saw a little bit better than expected consumer confidence. We saw pending home sales come in, and that was much lower than expected. The market was expecting about 0.2% of a decrease, but it actually came in showing a decrease of about 1.3%. So that was much bigger than expected, and that on top of what happened last Friday with new home sales showing a big drop, that spooked the market there that one of the real bright spots to the economy is or has been the housing market. And interest rates went up, and it seems that that is having somewhat of an effect here. And so that's caused the stock market to drop, and it caused mortgage-backed securities and interest rates really to get a little bit better. On Thursday, we also saw GDP, and that came in a little bit better than expected, showing an increase of about 2.5%. So some mixed economic data there, but really the concern is the housing market. Are interest rates really hurting the housing market? And right now the data suggests yes, and there is going to be somewhat of an effect of rising interest rates on the housing market. It is going to cool it, but I'm not sure if this is necessarily a really big trend here, that the housing market is now actually stumbling and things are going to get a lot worse and a lot more people are going to stop buying houses. Because here's what we see happen. Now, the new home sales and also pending home sales, that was for contracts, at least pending home sales, contracts written in July. We saw interest rates increase in June. And normally, just normal consumer behavior is that if you had people that were going to buy in the summer and they saw interest rates rising in June and they were maybe going to buy a little bit later, they might push up that housing decision. I mean, you guys see that all the time. They'll go, "Oop, we better get out on it right now." So it could be that things were a little bit front-loaded. And in September and October, or August, we might see things stabilize a little bit. So we will see. We'll have to see a little bit more of a trend. But I don't think that these weaker than expected housing numbers are necessarily a harbinger for things to come. It does show, though, that the consumer is going to be affected by interest rates. So now the big reason that interest rates really improved is over Syria. Assad, Syria's leader, used chemical weapons on their his constituents. And previously, Obama had said, this administration had said, if that happens, there will be a response. That's our line in the sand. So when this happened, it looks like the administration is going to have to do something about it. And so we saw a big flight to safety. Stock market got worse, mortgage-backed securities got better, so we're seeing a benefit because of that flight to safety. It looked like things were going to happen, some type of response was going to happen pretty quickly. That may not happen. It might be a little bit, take some time in order to have that happen. Also, there's some stuff going on with the UK Prime Minister that normally we'd want some backing here, and the United Kingdom is going through some leadership issues, which would maybe not be, will cause them to not really just jump on this bandwagon. So we're going to probably have to get some UN involved and make sure that we've got some backing here, because Russia is supporting Syria. So anyway, economic stuff is being affected by the global markets. So one other thing that I wanted to tell you about. Now, every month, if you're a real estate agent, and I send these things out to send Java with Jared out to real estate agents as well as financial advisors. But with the real estate agents, I also send what's called a talk jet. It's an individual by the name of Bill Hart interviewing one of the top producing real estate agents each and every month. Sometimes he does another thing, and this month he did something a little bit different. He actually interviewed someone by the name of Aaron Lance, who runs the mortgage division for Zillow. And whether you like Zillow or not, you gotta know that that's where the consumer is going to look at houses. Zillow has emerged as a 900-pound gorilla in terms of search engine that consumers are using in order to look for homes. So whether you like Zillow or not, you need to know what's going on. And Aaron talks about the consumer profile and how you can maybe use Zillow in order to take advantage of maybe getting more clients. Now, I know a number of real estate agents are already doing it. So if you're interested in looking at Zillow or you're already using Zillow, please give me a call because I want to talk to you about it because I got to figure this out as a pillar for my business as well. But if you aren't using Zillow, or even if you are, listen to this. It's just some good information. Listen to the talk jet that I send you, and if you don't get it, please, and want to listen to it, please give me a call. Let me know. If you're not already getting these CDs, that means that you're not on this list. I don't send them to absolutely everybody. But if you want to get a copy of this, let me know. And if you are interested in Zillow, please let me know. So, thanks for joining me with Java with Jared. Hope you guys are doing great. Have a happy Friday. We'll see if this market continues to get a little bit better. Next week, we will see the employment report come out, and that's going to be a big one. And again, everyone's going to be wanting to look at that to see if tapering begins to start on September 18th. Have a wonderful week. If you're working this weekend, so am I. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.